Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's pre-orders, and they are live. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Alright, so we got the brand new Kill Team Termination up for pre-orders, and I did notice a couple of important things about this. One, it is restricted to one per person, so that is definitely a good sign, as hopefully everybody that wants one will be able to get one. But this is a super cool new set. I'm definitely excited about this. The price did go up to $145. Comes with two full kill teams, some terrain pieces, the actual book with all the stats and everything, and then we have cards for both factions as well. So first we have the new Leagues of Votann kill team, and these do have full 40k stats. They look pretty good with the infiltrate ability, reactionary move, and then some mixed weaponry. The models are absolutely phenomenal, and I'm definitely a huge fan of this kill team. And then they're going to be facing up against the Gene Stealer cult. And this is a pretty cool new set. So basically we have the Trader Guard kill team, and then we have an upgrade frame that's going to upgrade them to Gene Stealer cultists with some extra little bits and everything. And then we also have an existing command pack for the Gene Stealer cult, which is a pretty nice setup right here. So there is definitely a lot of value in the Gene Stealer cults half of this set, as it's something like 55 or 60 bucks just for the Gene Stealer cult characters on their own. The actual kill team is missing like the Trader Commissar and Ogren, but instead you get the upgrade frame. So really nice setup right here. Beautiful model, super cool. Definitely a big fan of this. Obviously the Patriarch model is the staple of this setup, but you got a couple of other nice models as well. And then on to the terrain. So these are pretty cool. They're definitely a little bit of a spin on like the reactor slash like crates. So big blocky terrain, nice actual like line of sight blocking cover. They have some cool little elements with the little ladder and everything. And then, of course, like the little plasma stuff going on. Nice paint jobs, rugged look. Looking forward to these pieces. Definitely some cool detail added on them, and I know they're going to be fun to paint. And then we had the actual Termination book. That's going to have all of our rules, background, all kinds of like story on what's going on the planet of Beta Decima as destruction comes near. And then, of course, we'll have both of the fighter cards for both factions. The actual like ability cards and everything included as well. Some transfer sheets. The token sheet for each of the two factions. Really nice box right here. Definitely looking forward to this. If you are after one of these, they have been selling out relatively quickly. I did check the international stores, a couple of other countries, and they do look like they're still available even hours after debut. This is not common for Kill Team. Typically these sell out very quickly in all regions. So maybe Games Workshop, now that they're finished up with Age of Sigmar 4.0 production, has been able to manufacture more of these. We can only hope. Obviously, I want everybody to get a hold of what they're after. All right, and then moving on from there, we have the Legion Imperialis Malcador Squadron. This was previously supposed to be released, but just made it onto the pre-orders this week. 50 bucks for 4 of those. And then we have the Lelith Hesperax Queen of Knives Limited Edition. So it is worth note that this is coming out at $65, which is definitely much cheaper than we've seen recently. Most of these books have been coming out at $75 or $85. So definitely a nice change from Games Workshop. Also notice that there are 2,000 of these being produced. In the past, we've seen a lot of these books coming out with only 1,500. This is the signed limited edition copy in hardback with the cool extra features like built-in bookmark, writing on the edges, some extra art. So really nice setup right here. At 65 bucks, I think this is much more reasonable. And 2,000 copies, there should be plenty of these available for anybody that's after one. We know also when the hardback comes out, they've previously been priced at 30 bucks. So potentially up to like 35 when the new price increases go into effect later on this month. So realistically, the difference between 35 and 65 for the special edition is not nearly as bad as like 30 bucks to 85 like we've seen with some of the previous novels. So very cool. Definitely a nice book right here. Everybody that wants one should be able to get a hold of it. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now back to the video. And then moving on from there, we are nearing the end of the made-to-order stuff for the Sector Mechanicus terrain pieces that are being reprinted, and then also the Subcloister and Storage Fanes. So if you are after any of these, the prices have definitely increased. But they are some really nice pieces and definitely getting very difficult to find, specifically the Void Shield Generator. So because this is a made to order, we have 180 days before they're delivered, and Games Workshop definitely takes their time to manufacture and ship these pieces out. We have until the 3rd of the month to place our orders for this stuff, so only a couple of days left. So if you are after them, don't miss the limited window. The Void Shield generator is pretty awesome, and these things are definitely very hard to find. You don't see them too often, and usually they're in rough shape, or the price is substantially higher than this. 140 is definitely on the pricey side, but it is a cool piece. I haven't pulled the trigger yet myself, but I'm on the edge as to whether or not I want this for my collection. And then we're moving on to basically last week's pre-orders, the Realmslayer Legend of Doomseeker. We've got the Dark Oath hardback book, Jordell Fresh Breeze, the Lord of the Rings Quest to Mount Doom, and then of course Hounds of Chaos. And once again, we see the limited edition book still available a week later. Now, a lot of these limited edition books are not very highly produced and have been selling out very quickly. So with the new price increases going into effect at $84, I'm not surprised this isn't selling out. We also see a couple of the characters only available in the Dawnbringer box sets previously, available for individual purchase in Sekar the Fang of Nulmia and Kruthuza the Croneseer. We have the new Chaos piece, Nexus Siphon from last week's pre-orders. And then just scrolling down here, a lot of the Oathbound stuff. So we had the Dark Oath Wilderfiend, Dark Oath Chieftain on Warsteed, Fell Riders, Marauders, and then of course Brand's Oathbound and the Slaves to Darkness Abraxia box set. I did pick up the Abraxia box set, as this is some super cool models right here. There's definitely some value in this box set, but things like Brand's Oathbound that I would have previously purchased, I've definitely passed on now because the $79 price tag on this is just ridiculous. But seeing as how the Varangard are currently priced at $110, I think this Abraxia's Varan Spear is a pretty nice setup right here. So if the Varan Spear were to stay the same price, you're paying $50 for Abraxia. I suspect they're going to go up to probably like $115 or so. And she's probably going to be priced at like $75 or $85, somewhere around there. So I went ahead and jumped on this deal right here. It is a pretty nice setup. Abraxia is obviously a beautiful model. I love the like sort of dragon-esque, like disheveled look of some of the new creations from Games Workshop. Very, very cool model right here, and definitely some value in this box set still relative to MSRP. And then last but not least, we had a couple of the like Tommy items available from last week as well. The Nurgling reprint, the Spanagrot, and then of course the Nasha Squig. So if you're after any of these plushy toys, they are still available. And then after that, just some of the more recent releases. So obviously the big release this week is Kill Team Termination. We'll see how everything flushes out, as in the past these box sets have been selling out extremely quickly. I am really hopeful that Games Workshop has created a lot more of these so that people can actually get their hands on them, as one of the biggest issues with Kill Team has not been that the models aren't cool or that the box sets are too expensive, but rather that they've sold out extremely quickly and left a lot of people disenfranchised. It is worth note also that the price increases go into effect later this week. So if there's anything out there that you're after, before the prices kick up, Games Workshop's advertise 3 to 5%, which we know realistically probably going to be closer to 10%. I went ahead and made some last minute purchases myself. So let me know what you guys think. If you're able to get a hold of the Kill Team set or the Lelith Hesperax book, always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And of course, special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on Games Workshop products. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man. And there's definitely some cool new pre-releases. Let's see if everybody's able to get a hold of them. And I'm out of here.